All right, good morning to you once again. 10:47 on the Central Time Zone. The National Weather Service in Louisville has issued a severe thunderstorm warning. This is for a large part of south central Kentucky. The severe thunderstorm warning is in effect for Clinton County, Monroe County, Russell County, Cumberland County, east central Barron, southwestern Adair, and southern Metcalfe until 11:30 Central Daylight Time. We're indicating a severe thunderstorm that would impact areas around Tompkinsville, Jamestown, Edmonton, Burkesville, the Cartwright community in Clinton County, Russell Springs, Gamaliel and Tompkinsville, and Adair in Clinton near the Clinton-Wayne line. So if you are in the path of this storm, you should be seeking shelter. There are indications of heavy rainfall is occurring with this storm, and hail up to 3/4 inch in diameter are possible. Again, a severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect for Adair. That'd be southwestern Adair, east central Barron, southern Metcalfe, Cumberland, Russell, Monroe, and Clinton County. This is in effect until 11:30 this morning. You can see Doppler radar indicating this storm as it moves through into our area. Again, the severe thunderstorm warning is in effect. And if we look a little bit farther to the north, the Weather Service has indicated a special weather statement for parts of Casey, Greene, Taylor, and the remaining part of Adair County. Again, this will be a special weather statement for the northern part of Russell, for Hart County, Taylor, northeastern Barron, and Casey, Adair, and northern Metcalfe. And this would be in effect until 11:15. The storms are moving strong at 55 miles per hour, so they will be in the area very soon. Again, severe thunderstorm warning in effect for a large part of south central Kentucky. And again, that does include Russell, Adair, Clinton, Cumberland, and then the special weather statement for areas in northern Adair, central Casey, and northern Russell. Threat there of strong, gusty thunderstorm winds as they move through. We're looking now at the Weather Service radar in Louisville. That's where this data is coming from. I'm going over to the ClimaVision radar. We're not allowed to show that on our live streaming, but it appears the strongest part of that storm is right in Monroe County. Right in Monroe County between Monroe and Cumberland. That's where the strongest part of the storm is, and the latest tracking has the storm moving to the east at 60 miles per hour. 60 miles per hour. So if you are in the path of that storm, you should be going to a safe place and treat it as if it were a tornado warning. Not the fact that we have one, but due to the fact that we have strong winds, and whether you have strong winds rotating or straight line winds, it's still wind. And if it's still in the time frame of what we're seeing coming through, it should be in our area soon. 60-mile-an-hour winds are possible again with this storm as it enters our area. As we can tell, the latest update from the ClimaVision is, as we've just spoken, these storms are gaining intensity a little bit as they make their way into south central Kentucky. One of the things that we're looking for, and so far we haven't seen a whole lot. I saw a little bit of activity on the ClimaVision radar, some cells popping out ahead of the front as it moves through. And when we see that, that could be indicative of potentially an isolated supercell tornado, of course, or supercell thunderstorm. Now, as of right now, we're not seeing anything that would be tornadic in nature. Don't see any signatures that would indicate a tornado so far this morning. The weather has simply kind of exploded over the last few minutes. If you recall, a little bit ago, I mentioned we had no warnings for E-Town, Louisville, any of that area. Now, practically every county in between Louisville and Cookeville, Tennessee, are under severe thunderstorm warnings. So this is what we're seeing now on radar. This squall line of storms that are moving through the region, and again tracking from Louisville down into the southern part of the state. If you have friends and family abroad across this area, we'll look real quickly at the warnings that are in effect for areas in northern Kentucky, and then we'll make our way down to the south. We have a storm warning that is in effect until noon Eastern, 11 Central. That would be for Jefferson County, Meade County, Bullitt, Breckenridge, and Hardin. That is the counties in our northern coverage area. Again, Hardin, Breckenridge, Bullitt, and Jefferson, Meade County, all under severe thunderstorm warning. That does include parts of Harrison, Indiana, Floyd County as well. Again, that again is an ongoing storm that are in that region. The next severe thunderstorm warning is for eastern Grayson, east central Breckenridge County. This severe thunderstorm warning is in effect until 11 a.m. For those areas, and that would be southeastern Meade, northwestern Greene, LaRue, northwestern Marion, north central Hart, west central Washington, southwestern Bullitt, and east central Hardin County, and farther to the south, Greene, Taylor, parts of Casey, northern Adair, with a special weather statement with wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. Locations affected include Campbellsville, Liberty, Columbia, Greensburg, Munfordville, Monroe, Horse Cave, Bradfordsville, and Russell Springs. Now, the southern part of Russell County, southern half is under a severe thunderstorm warning, and that particular severe thunderstorm warning is in effect for until 11:30, about another 35 minutes. That would be for Clinton, Monroe, Russell, Cumberland, east central Barron, southwestern Adair, and southern Metcalfe County. Again, that is a severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect for parts of southern Kentucky along the Kentucky and Tennessee line. So we're watching this cell as it moves through. Currently, the main part of it is entering into Cumberland County as we speak, and we expect possibly a storm warning at least for western Casey County. We're seeing that storm system move through there. Maybe western Casey and the northern part of Taylor County. Again, that's the same region that we're seeing special weather statement with the possibility of strong gusty winds as they move through. Again, if you are in a severe thunderstorm warning polygon, anybody within this area, we're going to turn the radar off and let you look at and see what counties are affected and how they're impacting. So if you are in the path of this storm, just simply stated, due to the fact that it is kind of an unstable environment, we've had a couple of 3 tornado warnings this morning over in western Kentucky, the closest one over in Bowling Green, just because that the environment is unstable. We're not telling you to rush and go somewhere fast and, create mayhem. Just simply treat the storm warning as if there possibly could be a tornado warning. We're not saying that there is one, but the storms, as they make their way through, have had a history of producing spin-up tornadoes without little or no warning. So this is the current situation that we're in now. Several severe thunderstorm warnings are now in effect, and of course the strongest part of that southern-oriented storm is leaving Monroe County into the western part of Cumberland County. And we have a brand new severe thunderstorm warning, and that would be for the northern part of Casey County. We've got a new warning coming out here. Well, that is first time I've received warnings for Indiana from the weather radio, but that's okay. We have for western Anderson and eastern LaRue County have a storm warning there at north central Casey. There's a huge number of counties that were included in that, and that's why it went off. This is one of the biggest polygon areas that I've ever seen that stretches from Louisville all the way down into Casey County. They're saying that the wind speeds would be in the excess of 70 miles per hour, moving northeast at 65 miles per hour. So if you're in the path of this storm, you should be seeking shelter. Again, this is for our coverage area, kind of going through some of the counties that would be closest to us. We're going to mention them real quickly, and there's 9, 12, 15, there's about 18, 21 counties included in this. West Central Boyle, Washington County, Northern Greene, Southwestern Mercer, Spencer, Franklin, North Central Casey, Bullock County, Jefferson County, Taylor, Marion, Eastern LaRue, Anderson, Nelson, Shelby, and Floyd County, Indiana. That's a huge area for a severe thunderstorm warning polygon. If you're in the path of this storm, you should seek shelter immediately. Storm tracking on these storms across southern Kentucky puts the storms into Russell Springs by 11:22, Monticello at 11:36. We'll look at Burkesville at 11:07 almost immediately. And if you're in 76 Falls area in Clinton County and Aaron, Kentucky, around 11:17, 11:18 Central Time this morning. We're still watching that cell as it moves into the western part of Cumberland County this morning. The big picture, we're showing only a few storm warnings in effect. That's that line stretching from southern Indiana, northern Kentucky, into the Louisville metro area, down into south central Kentucky and the northern part of Tennessee. A tornado watch remains in effect until 3 p.m. Central Daylight Time. 3 p.m. Central Daylight Time for a large part of Kentucky. Again, this tornado watch means that conditions are favorable for the development of tornadoes in and close to the watch area. And you can see the polygon of where these storms, the tornado watch encompasses, and that's mainly from Hopkinsville, including Bowling Green, E-Town, Munfordville, and even into eastern Kentucky. Again, this is the tornado watch box area, effective until 3 o'clock Central Time this Sunday evening. Now, keep in mind that this is only the first round of storms as they make their way through the area. We expect more to develop later this evening into the nighttime hours. Again, this is a widespread severe weather event. We have again a tornado watch until 3, and severe weather now ongoing here in this area, and that would include places from Louisville all the way down to northern Tennessee, Russell and northern Russell, in a special weather statement of strong wind gusts 40 to 50 mile an hour. Then farther north up into the E-Town, the I-65, just east of the 65 corridor, it shows wind gusts up to 70 miles an hour are possible with those storms. So if you're in the path of this, any of these storms, you should be seeking shelter immediately. The Climavision Doppler radar, that's one of the greatest assets that I've seen in a long time for weather in this area, even though it's not available to everyone. We are very, very blessed to have that and have access and to be able to see what is going on closer to the surface as these storms develop. Now, we're noticing a cell just near the near the Russell and Adair County line, just north of the Parkway. Strong cell there that's moving in. Also, one that will be moving right into Russell Springs within the next little bit. Actually, kind of south of Russell Springs, putting down a lot of heavy rainfall. A lot of heavy rain in Cumberland County, gusty winds. Gusty winds there in Cumberland County. Of course, that's all part of a severe thunderstorm warning that's going on. The strongest part of the storms now in Cumberland County would be over the Marrowbone community, up through Bakerton and the Grider Hill Dock along Highway 704 there around Amandaville in Cumberland County. That's where the strongest part of the storms are located, according to our Climavision radar as they move through. It is 11:05 Central Time. Again, you're watching severe weather coverage on the Storm Alert Weather Center based out of Russell County. We serve primarily Russell and surrounding counties. Want to remind folks that today is a big milestone for the Severe Storm Alert Center and our weather coverage. Today we have reached, I think about 8 o'clock this morning, we have officially reached 40,000 people who like or follow our page. 40,000 people. One of the biggest weather following pages in the Lake Cumberland area. And we're so thankful for each one who has made this possible. Again, this morning, 40,000 people either like or follow our page, and we're so humbly grateful for each one of those people. Didn't know when that would happen. I knew we were getting pretty close, but closeness only counts in horseshoe and hand grenades, and today we're able to meet that milestone. All right, going back to the radar and what we're seeing now, the severe thunderstorm warning. This is for Clinton, Monroe, Russell, Cumberland, East Central Barron, Southwestern Adair. That's in effect until 11:30 a.m., about another 25 minutes. And there's a special weather statement that's in effect for a strong storm near the southeastern Mary, northern Russell, Hart, Taylor, Barron, Casey, Adair, northern Metcalf until or through 12:15 Eastern or 11:15 Central. So we'll be interested to see what they will do with that area, whether they'll issue a warning or not. I don't think we will at this point, based on the radar. Heavy rainfall likely falling in Cumberland County this morning as a result of this thunderstorm moving through the area. This would it's right now in central Cumberland County. And as you can see, there in Cumberland County, just around Burkesville, the Kettle community, I think that's Highway 485 and Highway 953. I believe that runs through the Kettle community of Adair County. And if you're along Highway 449, out of the Bow community of Burkesville, likely seeing very heavy rainfall and strong thunderstorm winds. If we go back up to Adair County, you can see still heavy rainfall, moderate to heavy, but still no warning in effect for you. Looking back toward Russell Springs and Jamestown, we have rain falling around the state park and the Crillsboro area, Rockhouse Bottom, the Union Chapel Freedom community, all getting rain at this point and under a severe thunderstorm warning. Heavy rainfall is a big thing around Burkesville, and those cells continue to move off to the east. All right. Good morning to you. I just want to say thank everybody for tuning in this morning as we carry the severe weather coverage for this region. We're thankful so much for each one that tunes in and who likes and follows our page. Again, so thankful this morning. Earlier today, have officially 40,000 people that like or follow our page, and I'm so thankful to each one that has made it a point to follow us today. All right, severe thunderstorm warnings do continue from north to south. The weakest part of that storm is right in the Russell County, central Casey County area. That's where the special weather statement was issued. And you can see this area right here that we're drawing around. That would be Casey and southern part of or northern part of Adair County. See, not really a whole lot to be concerned about. Kind of heavy rainfall and some strong gusty winds, but at this point, there are no warnings in effect for that immediate area. All right, we have a severe thunderstorm that's just to the east of Shepherdsville, Bardstown, Springfield, and Lebanon. We're watching that cell move through. And again, the storms are moving to the northeast. And I'm sure I'm probably getting messages about this or that, but I'm not able to look at those right at the moment. Sometimes it's very, very hard to answer questions, especially when people says, well, what about this county or what about this community? We're giving you all the information that we have. Right now, it's mainly Cumberland, Southern Russell, and Clinton County, Cumberland, Southern Russell, and Clinton, and the northern part of Casey County. That's the areas that are in our coverage area that are currently under severe thunderstorm warnings. Again, as we look at the Doppler radar from the ClimaVision radar, again, we're not allowed to show that live on the air because it is a private radar, and that's one of the conditions that we had to agree to. We can't show the imagery, but we can show you now that from what we're seeing from that radar, very heavy rainfall coming down, situated from the northern part of Cumberland County down through Burkesville, and then from Burkesville again through the Bow and the Kettle community in Cumberland County. Very heavy rainfall is currently occurring. If you're in Russell Springs, heavy rainfall is likely. It's right up on top of us now. A little bit of rainfall, a little pocket of heavy rain in around Jamestown, just to the southeast of the radar. Some heavy rainfall there. And we're looking at some heavy rains in the Gradyville community of western Adair County. And all of those, again, no warnings in effect for that area, but it's likely that you could see some very heavy rainfall associated with that as it moves through. Again, keep in mind we have a severe, or a tornado watch that is in effect until 3 o'clock Central. It's 11:15 Central Time now here at the Storm Alert Weather Center. And if we look back to the west, we see some lingering showers and some thunderstorm activity. Nothing on the severe side at this moment. The cell that's over around Hopkinsville, between Madisonville, Hopkinsville there in Christian County, some very heavy rainfall that is occurring at that moment. All right, we are right now experiencing a little bit of thunder here in the weather studio. Again, so we want to show you the watch box area that for the tornado watch for the remaining part of the morning up to 3 o'clock. That would be into eastern Kentucky. That special weather statement for Russell County, that has been allowed to expire, but it does continue as a warning in the southern part of the county as that storm makes its way into the Creelsboro, the Rock House Bottom area, Union Chapel, Freedom. That's where the strongest part of that storm is occurring. And you can see as we look on the ClimaVision radar, we're going to show you this area here. again, in the southern part of the county. It's very intense as that storm moves through right near the Clinton and the Cumberland County line. Climavision showing that. Very heavy rainfall headed right to Russell Springs. There's not a warning for that area. If you're in Gradyville and Adair County, heavy rainfall between Milltown and Gradyville in Adair County, and right over Russell Springs, heavy rainfall. Not a storm warning or anything at this point, but heavy rainfall. Now down to the south in Clinton, southern Cumberland County, we do have a new warning that's in effect. So we have a storm warning now in effect for Wayne County and also in effect for McCreary County. Again, a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Wayne and McCreary County. You can see that polygon, also southern Pulaski County, in effect. This severe thunderstorm for Wayne, southern Pulaski, and McCreary County until 1 Eastern, 12 Central. That's about another 40 minutes or so from now. Monticello, Burnside, Somerset, Whitley City, Marcy Siding, all of that Stearns, all of that area under a severe thunderstorm warning. Wayne County, all the county, that would include Parnell, Sunnyside, all of those regions in Wayne County are under a severe thunderstorm warning. And we're seeing, again, the storm as it moves through the central part of Cumberland County. That's where we're watching closely right now as the storm is moving to the east, and it's likely that we would see very heavy rainfall associated with that as well. Having a lot of people all right, and I want to be thankful to Abby Jasper. She's our Pulaski County correspondent, and I apologize for not getting this on any quicker than what I am, but she has one of the tornado alert devices, and she says that is they both went off at the same time. I need to answer a phone call real quick, and I'll be right back. See you. All right. Someone wanting to know about the weather, and that's the way it is when you're in this line of business. Everybody is inquiring, and they'll call wanting to know. We try to get that information out to you the best we can. Some of those without Facebook don't really have access to that. But anyway, Abby Jasper, the Pulaski correspondent, over in central Pulaski County, indicated that her tornado alert device went off showing severe storm, and it also, I guess, corresponded with that storm warning that was issued by the Weather Service. So the tornado alert device does work, and I know a lot of people are saying it doesn't. Had a lot of skeptical people and people saying it is snake oil or whatever you want to call it, but we know that it works here, and we utilize that at our storm center. 11:22, severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Pulaski County. That would include areas from Somerset south into the Burnside community. looking at some of the regions that are basically clear. This is it's 11:21, and this is basically clearing parts of northern Adair County, extreme northern Russell County, and the western part of Cumberland County. That is the areas that are clear as we speak. All right, so if we're watching the storms move out of Burkesville into Cumberland or into Clinton County, the strongest part of the storms are right now over Highway 379, Highway 1351, now impacting the Browns Crossroads, the Aaron community as well. So if you are in the path of this storm, seek shelter immediately. Again, this is for Clinton County in south central Kentucky. Wayne County, McCreary County is also under a severe thunderstorm warning. And a special weather statement for Somerset up to the north. The main concern there would be winds up to 50 mile an hour and half-inch hail. Doppler radar does not indicate anything other than heavy rainfall and a hail threat, winds up to 60 miles an hour possible. That's with the storm down in Clinton County. The Climavision radar based out of Jamestown, we're continuing to watch it. It shows a very strong line of rainfall that is going to be impacting Russell Springs pretty soon, Jamestown in the next little bit. And one of the things that we're concerned about as well, we have a flash flood watch in effect, and these torrential rains combined with what we have seen in the last few days is going to make maybe some nuisance flooding possible. Have a friend of mine in Adair County that's detecting on his tornado alert device that severe storms, and that would be part of that storm that is moving through south central Kentucky. That's southern part of Adair County, and if you are in Russell County, now, again, this is not a tornado warning, but we're telling you that we have heavy rainfall that is moving into the region. Not a tornado warning or a storm warning at this point, but you do have heavy rainfall moving in. That would be for mainly the northern part of the county as it makes its way into Russell Springs and tracks along the Louis Nunn Parkway from Russell Springs up Highway 76 near the Eli community, Irvin's store, and even Webb's Crossroads could see some very, very heavy rains as this system makes its way through. Currently, the strongest part of the storms is between Cundiff, Crillsboro, and Cumberland City down in Clinton County. That's where the strongest part of these storms are currently located. So now we have, again, a severe thunderstorm warning for Wayne County, southern Pulaski, and McCrae County until 1 o'clock Eastern Time, 12 noon Central. That's about another 35 minutes away. The storm warning that's in effect for Monroe, Barron, and Metcalf, that has been allowed to expire. The severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 11:30 Central for Clinton, Russell, Cumberland, and South Central Adair County. That's in effect until 11:30 this morning. About another 3 or 4 minutes for that particular warning. And now our tornado alert device is beginning to detect the that storm down in Cumberland County. I need to make a little bit of an adjustment here, and I'll be right back. All right. Had to silence the old tornado alert real quick, but it is showing what we're seeing on radar. And a brand new warning for Russell County. Brand new severe thunderstorm warning now in effect for Russell County. And that warning is for the southern part. This is a new warning that's in effect for the southern part of Russell County. This area that was Creelsboro, Rockhouse Bottom, Union Chapel. If you're around Temple Hill, those regions under a severe thunderstorm warning, you can see between Creelsboro, Cumberland City, 76 Falls, Albany, Cedar Knob, Birdstown, Tennessee. That's a place that's getting a lot of heavy rainfall and the likelihood of strong gusty winds as those storms make their way through. And again, we're under storm warning for those areas. All right, storm anchor Keith Richardson has sent a picture that shows severe storm. Storm anchor Keith Richardson checking in this morning, showing the severe storm from the tornado alert. And that is likely because that's what the Weather Service is indicating. And we do appreciate that. Information. All right, so Doppler radar again continues to indicate this storm over Clinton and Cumberland County, also for southern Russell County. And as we look back toward the north, we're seeing this line of storms move through, and the Weather Service has trimmed down that warning area to pretty much clear Adair County, and then we still have that cell in Casey County that's moving through. No warnings in effect for that region. But we're also seeing the main cell that we've been talking about for the last few moments is this cell here that's in Clinton, southern Russell, and that's pretty much where it impacts at this point, and even down into the northern part of Tennessee. All right. Now, as far as the warnings over into Wayne County, southern Pulaski, and McCreary, that's in effect until 1 Eastern, about another 30 minutes from now. The storm moving through that region, or expected to move through. That's part of that cell that is in both Clinton and southern Russell County. We do monitor the latest information from the National Weather Service. I want to give you some updates of what's going on. Have reports of, this is from earlier, have reports of trees down in the Plano community of Warren County. Also, LaRue County reporting power lines down. And then one of the, John Gordon with the Weather Service in Louisville saying that earlier that they were showing 70 to 80 miles per hour very close to the ground. He doesn't mention the location. Grayson County, they have damage there. Homes been destroyed. That would be in Grayson County, trees down throughout the county. And we have now confirmed reports of trees and power lines down in a couple of places in Campbellsville, there in Taylor County. So this is a strong storm as it moves through, and we're watching it on the radar this afternoon, trying to keep you updated and informed. Again, the storm warning moving out of Cumberland into Clinton, now southern Russell County. If you are in Clinton County, some of the areas impacted will be already 76, Highway 734, 127, Albany, the Paoli community, down through Highway 1575. Those are the places to be. You're already getting heavy rainfall and the probability of strong gusty wind. That is indicated both by the National Weather Service Doppler radar as well as the Climavision radar out of Jamestown, Kentucky. That is a great asset tool for us. We don't see any type of rotation in those storms as they move through Albany and Clinton County. But keep in mind, we have a tornado watch in effect until 3 for south central Kentucky. Treat storms as if they were, could be a quick spin-up tornado reported, or if one were to develop. It's not to instill fear, it's about preparation. That's what we've tried to do over the course of our weather history, is to bring information and try to keep people updated and informed. The strongest part of the storm now is moving into the western part of Wayne County. As you can tell, of course, it's still in Clinton County, but it's beginning to enter into the western part of Wayne County. So if you are in the path of this storm, if you're around the Parnell community, the Susie community, down around Powersburg, some good friends down on 200 in the Sunnybrook community, that is in the southern part of Wayne County, you need to be seeking shelter from that storm. Heavy rainfall, strong gusty winds are likely with this system. Again, that's between Parnell, Rabbit Patch, the Susie community, Powersburg, and Sunnybrook. That would stretch pretty much the duration of Highway 834 and 200 there in Wayne County. and then we expect that to continue over the next few minutes, and eventually pick up Parnell, the number one Ray Gap. That's there around the Highway 1250 in Wayne County. Steubenville and Mill Springs would eventually be in the path of that storm if it holds together. And again, a severe thunderstorm warning is in effect for all of that area. Heavy rainfall now moving into Russell Springs as we speak. And one of the disadvantages of a radar, sometimes when it gets close to home, you'll have the precipitation will get over the radar, and it's called radar attenuation. It's where it blocks it out momentarily because the heavy precipitation is right up on top of the radar. So that's kind of what kind of mode we're in now. But then we have access again to the Louisville radar. Here in Russell Springs, we have winds at 31 miles per hour. Very, very heavy rainfall that's occurring. We picked up just over 1/10 of an inch of rain in the last few minutes. And the wind's beginning to pick up even a little bit more. 35 miles per hour, 35, 39. Very heavy rainfall here for us in Russell Springs. If you look at the radar, you can tell that period of heavy rain in Russell Springs is going to be short-lived. And the fact that we are looking at the kind of the backside of this front as it moves through, that's kind of good news, showing that the stronger part of that storm is now into along 127 and moving into the eastern part of Russell County. Looking statewide real quickly, severe storm warnings continue to be issued for the Lexington metro area, Richmond area, Cynthiana, up through the northern part of Kentucky. Severe thunderstorm warnings do continue to develop here in the state today. And again, we have tornado alert devices indicating severe storms today. Heavy rainfall. We've picked up almost 1/10 of an inch, a little over 1/10 of an inch within the last 5 minutes or so, and it's still pouring the rain outside our studio here in Russell Springs. Doppler radar continuing to indicate heavy rainfall and very strong winds as it moves into Wayne County. The worst part is now at the Wayne and Clinton County line. So if you are in that area we mentioned earlier, the Parnell community, Frisbee, the Slack community, along Highway 200 down through Powersburg and Sunnybrook, you're right in line for this the storm as it makes its way through, and it's considered a severe thunderstorm warning. Now, the southern part of Pulaski, that would be from around Somerset south to Burnside, along Highway 27, you are in a severe thunderstorm warning. Again, Somerset on to the south, severe thunderstorm warning. The remaining part of the county under a special weather statement. The special weather statement this morning, I guess it would be afternoon there, 50-mile-an-hour wind gust, and the storm moving at 38 miles per hour. This particular special weather statement would include southwestern Laurel, Pulaski, Rockcastle County through 12 Central or 1 Eastern, about another 15 minutes or so with that storm as it makes its way through. So we had a brief wind gust here at the studio at about 35 miles per hour. Here locally, 35 miles per hour wind gust and very heavy rainfall. And it appears from our tower cam as well as the visual from the window, the rain has subsided a little bit. Still heavy rainfall occurring, but not like it was 5 minutes ago. We have now 3/10 of an inch of rain that has fallen over the last past few minutes. Seems like the storm that's in the northern part of Russell County seems like it may be growing in intensity a little bit to as far as heavy rainfall. That would be around Russell Springs north into the Webb's Crossroads community and areas just south of the Dunville community in Adair County or Casey County. Strong storm, severe storm moving into Wayne County currently. It looks like the leading edge of that has moved out of Clinton into Wayne County. They're right at the western side of Wayne, coming out of the Alpha Community, Cumberland City, there in Clinton into Wayne County, and that's moving, continues to move into to Wayne County. The track on that again is kind of eastward track at 50 miles per hour. So if you're in Monticello, Rocky Branch area, Wayne County, southern Pulaski, and McCreary, you're under a warning until 1 o'clock Eastern. And these storms are moving at 50 miles per hour. And again, you should be seeking shelter from that storm. All right, so everybody looks to be at the current time, everybody in Casey County looks like you are clear. There's no warnings in effect for you. All of Russell County, the storms have still raining, still heavy rainfall occurring. But we have no warnings in effect for Russell, no warnings in effect for Clinton or Cumberland. And the only thing we're seeing now is that one for Wayne County and the southern part of Pulaski County. So again, we have damage reported out of Grayson County over in Litchfield, Kentucky. Some homes damaged. I'm seeing some pictures shared by the Grayson County Emergency Management. Andrew Wolbury, I guess is his name. Have a building damaged, camper overturned, dozens of trees down at the Foxborough Drive in Grayson County. It's about 1.5 miles north of the city. So a very active weather pattern underway here in Kentucky this afternoon. It's 11:47 on the central time zone. We're watching storms here in south central Kentucky begin to move into east central Kentucky, where we have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings that are in effect. The severe thunderstorm warning for Clinton County has been allowed to expire. Again, the storm warning for Clinton County has been allowed to expire. Clinton County, the storm warning has been allowed to expire. Beginning to get a little better view of the storm as it moves through Russell County. Again, there's no warnings in effect, but we're watching that cell that is in just to the east of 127. This will be impacting the Eli, the Whittle community, Gosser Ridge, Irvine Store, and even down toward east of Jamestown, Bernard Ridge, 619, and points to the east. Jabez would also be in the path of this storm as well, or in this path of this heavy rainfall. Currently, there's no warnings for Russell County. Just want to give you a heads up about the rain because of the fact we have flooding, and with little or no warning, if you have a strong gust of wind, it could blow a tree down in saturated water, even if that wind gust was not at the severe criteria. So we're watching this very closely. It's 11:48, and again, our coverage area is Russell and surrounding counties. And right now for Wayne County and Pulaski, severe thunderstorm warning will remain in effect until 1 o'clock Eastern. Southern Pulaski and McCrae County as well. So that's what we're watching currently. Looking back to the western part of the state, you can see that we have showers, some heavy rainfall that's occurring mainly west of Interstate 65 on western Kentucky. And fortunate we're not having any warnings associated with those storms as they move through. And if we can keep down the sunlight or the sunshine and the heating for the remaining part of the day, that's going to be a good thing. But if we were to get some afternoon heating from the storms tonight, would definitely be the chances of them being more severe is a lot greater. We have a storm warning that's in effect for the Lexington, Fayette County area, and now we have a new warning that's been issued. So, central Pulaski County and Laurel County are now under a warning. So if you are in Somerset, we are showing now that the Weather Service is indicating a severe thunderstorm warning for Laurel, Central Pulaski, Jackson County, and Rockcastle County. A large area of severe weather for the eastern part of Kentucky. So we're watching the cell as it moves out of Russell County into Pulaski, and we're also watching that cell that is just north of Eubank coming out of Casey County, moving into Pulaski. And if you are in if you are in any of these areas around Highway 635 up in the Ansel community, Science Hill, the Etna, Essersburg, Norwood, that's the primary areas that we're seeing for immediate impact. But the whole county, for the most part, is under that severe thunderstorm warning. So if you are in the Woodstock community, the Dabney community, that's along Highway 39 outside of Somerset, need to be heads up there. And the Shopville, Stab, and the Akron community all are under this warning. Farther down south, Tateville, Mount Victory, Alpine, Sloan's Valley, and Amis community of Pulaski should be heads up as well. Going back down to the south and looking at Pulaski County, or correction, Wayne County, that severe thunderstorm warning will be allowed to expire at 1 p.m. Eastern. So be heads up for that. All right, it's 11:54 Central Time this afternoon, or this morning rather, almost afternoon, and we continue to watch the cells as they move through Wayne County, Pulaski County under a severe thunderstorm warning, and our tornado alert device is indicating a tornado risk. So we're not calling a tornado or anything at that point, but what we're mentioning is the fact that these storms can produce spin-up tornadoes with little or no warning. And we have a new warning that is going off. All right, so it's beginning to move out of our coverage area, but we do have additional warnings that are in effect. Let's see, the storm warning for Wayne County does continue moving into the Stearns, the Whitley City. All of those areas in Whitley City are impacted by this storm. And some of the locations, if you are around Somerset, Strunk, the Honeybee community, the Blue Heron area, McCreary County, that is the location of that particular storm. Now, if the latest radar imagery shows around the Gosser Ridge area of eastern Russell County, Jabez, and the Dorena community of eastern Russell County. Very, very heavy rainfall, and that's part of the storm that the Weather Service is indicating is severe and is moving into Pulaski County. So if you're in the path of that storm, you need to be seeking shelter as that cell moves through. Another 5 minutes for Wayne, Southern Pulaski, and McCreary. Another 5 minutes till 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 Central. And then that will wrap up that warning for Wayne County. And one of the things that I will mention, a lot of people, they just credit the tornado alert device, and we're not here to instill fear. I know the product works. Our Pulaski correspondent, Abby Jasper, storm anchor Keith Richardson, Keith, I think, indicated a severe storm. It coincided with the Weather Service warnings. The fact that there's a tornado watch a lot of times the radar beam from the Weather Service can't reach the lower levels of the atmosphere, and sometimes they're missed. Happens all the time. So Abby Jasper reporting in Pulaski County tornado risk, and that would be probably because of that storm that's moving into the western part of that state, of that county rather. And we appreciate all the work. Storm anchor Keith Richardson has been so dedicated to be here and help during long weather events. When the storms hit Mayfield, we were here for 4 hours and 7 minutes with live, continuous, nonstop coverage. And Keith is very dedicated. Picked up Abby Jasper along the side of the road several months ago. She's doing extremely well as well, and learning weather models and different things. And I'm proud of both of the people of that's here with me in the Storm Alert Weather Center. Very, very proud of each one of them equally. Some things some people catch on to quicker, they're more interested in, but it takes all different types to make the things go around. And we want to extend our thanks to the people behind the scene. I also want to thank each of you, everybody who follows and likes the Storm Alert Center. We appreciate that from the bottom of our hearts. Again, have good news to report. I didn't know exactly when it would happen, but I thought that maybe that we would, the next big weather event that we would see potentially a growth in numbers. But we do have 40,000 people that now follow us. Storm warning for Wayne County has been allowed to expire. The storm warning for Wayne County has been allowed to expire. So we'll get that one out of the way. It's now moving into McCreary County up around Stearns, the Blue Heron, all that region in McCreary County. Again, a severe thunderstorm warning extended, and then on even into Pineville over Middlesboro. That's how long that this track is expected to last. Doppler radar indicated the storm's now entering the western part of Pulaski County, and we also show the storm between Frankfort, Lexington, and Danville. This storm is also, there's probably, 3, 6, 9, 12, 6, there's about 20-something counties with the storm warning in the northeastern part of the state. Hazard of 70 miles per hour wind are possible with that storm as it makes its way through that area. All right, so the storm warning that's in effect for Pulaski County, Laurel County, Jackson County, Rockcastle County, that's in effect until 1:45 Eastern Time. And then that one for the southern part of Pulaski is in effect until 1:45. So we still have about another 30, 45 minutes or so watching these storms enter into Pulaski County. Getting in news from across the state. We're reporting now from Emergency Management, Ronnie Dooley over in Campbellsville, have reports of trees down, some minor structure damage, mainly trees, out on the North Calvert Road in northeastern Taylor County. Woodford County reporting trees down along the highway or Interstate 64 there in Woodford County. So we're having some damage reported across the state as a result of these storms as they've made their way through. It is so good to be able to share information with you this afternoon to keep you updated and informed. Have a lot of heavy rainfall that's been occurring with these systems. Have just almost 4/10 of an inch of rain here in the studio at the Storm Alert Center, watching those storms move through. The latest warning, as you can see on our radar for Pulaski County, the latest warning is trimmed back that warning somewhat to just include that southern part of the county. And if you are just east of Somerset, around the Nancy, Fallbush, the Engle community there on Highway 837, Pointer and Kane Store, the Jabez community, very heavy rainfall is likely falling in that area. If you're in Science Hill, Eubank, or Somerset, along Highway 27, very heavy rainfall is likely to be occurring soon, as it is coming from the eastern or the western part of Pulaski County. And I'd like to remind folks, if you enjoy our weather coverage, you can feel free to hit the share button. I don't go into a lot of that. I think if it's pertinent enough for you to want to share it with somebody, you will already share it. Most of what we do here is it's done on the actions of yourself. I don't beg people to share, and I don't know. A lot of times there's more stuff going on, but we do appreciate the shares. We appreciate the likes and the loves and the hugs and all of that. But our main thing is to get the word out and to keep everybody informed as these storms make their way through. The National Weather Service again indicates a severe thunderstorm warning for Laurel County, Central Pulaski, Jackson County, and Rockcastle County. The strongest part of the storm is expected to be near Somerset at 12:55 Eastern. That'd be 11:55 Central, and the Beelick community around 1 o'clock Eastern time. All right, so as we look back to the west, again, nothing going on. Some moderate to heavy rainfall is occurring, but we're also watching this severe thunderstorm warning for Pulaski, also for McCreary County. Those are the counties that impacted, including Whitley County over around the Cumberland Falls region, southeastern Pulaski, Whitley, southern Laurel, all under severe thunderstorm warning today until 1:45 Eastern. The storms are moving at 60 miles per hour storms as they move through the area. For some reason, looking at the storms that they exit Russell County into Somerset, or into Pulaski County, I should say, seems like they have been isolated over Pulaski and Russell line, right there in the Dorena community, the Hickory Nut Ridge community. Seems like it's been very slow getting into Pulaski County. Radar shows that it's likely the storms are over Highway 27. Very heavy rainfall occurring with this storm. Gusty winds are also likely. Weather Service has indicated out of the Jackson community, or Jackson radar rather, winds that could be in the excess of 60 miles per hour, and nickel-sized hail is also possible. And since we are in the Jackson Weather Service office, we have a better perspective of that storm with a closer radar. We're going to show you kind of the big picture of what's going on. We have storms from Cincinnati all the way down into southern Kentucky and into Indianapolis metro area here in the state. My doorbell is ringing, and Keith Richardson, storm anchor, is here, and I'm going to open the door, let him in, and we'll be back in just a moment. All right, so have Keith Richardson here in the studio. He'll be joining me here in just about 10 and a half seconds. I told him to get inside. We had work to do. So, Keith, you've been around this. You've been around this for a while and got your hat on and everything. You're ready to go.
I've been ready to go here for the last hour. I've been watching this severe weather move through, and I got to see some dangerous cloud-to-ground lightning strikes just a few minutes ago as I sat and watched across from my house. It was very dangerous to be outside.
Well, what probably is no surprise of what we're seeing now. The storms, I think the Storm Prediction Center they've done a fine job of how they played this out for the past few days. Last night I was concerned. I thought that we could see a moderate risk across the area, mainly not for us, but for West Central Kentucky. But then when I got up this morning, things were not quite as primed as what they were in the models earlier, but I think they've done a fine job. Weather Service has done an excellent job of issuing warnings, and a lot of those been in advance of that line as it moves through.
Yeah, I know. Earlier I was out this morning, and you know the air was very, very heavy. Dew point was high, humidity was high, and you know, there's very little wind blowing at that time, around 7:30, 8 o'clock this morning. It was just really heavy there was this morning. So I knew, you knew something was up, and then I checked the radar, before I went out, and I seen where, out in Oklahoma, they was having some tornado warnings out in that area, and it was no time in a few 3 or 4 hours that it moved into western Kentucky.
Well, the storm warning there for Laurel, Pulaski, Jackson, and Rockcastle, that's in effect until 1:45 Eastern Time, about another 30 minutes or so for there. As soon as the storm exits Pulaski County, that's going to end our coverage here. I've been on, I don't know how long when this all first started for me, but I'm going to take a little bit of break after that. It's, again, we cover Russell and surrounding primarily. If we see a significant weather event occurring and we think we need to go live, we'll be there and bring that information. But I don't want to rush off. We're going to give the all clear for the following areas: Adair, Clinton, Cumberland, Wayne, Russell, and Casey County. That's right now, moderate to heavy rainfall is occurring. Keith, when you came in just a moment ago, did you notice what was the rain? Heavy rain? Moderate to heavy?
It was moderate to heavy in northern Russell County. And then, I was getting ready to come up here probably 20 minutes ago when that line was moving through, and I could see it come across the farm fields, the very heavy rain, and I just turned around and sat across from the highway from my house and just watched it come in. And wind probably got up about 25, 30 mile an hour in my location, and then the heavy rain come, and then, of course, the dangerous cloud to ground lightning also was associated with that. Of course, I could tell around the lake as I was sitting there watching it, I could tell the lightning got more active around the lake areas.
All right. I know that Abby Jasper is on, I've got her on Facebook now, and also she says that the storms are pretty good at this point. I don't know what exactly she means. Abby, send me a message. Let me know exactly what you're seeing now. I imagine heavy rainfall is pretty much a done deal over in Pulaski County, and that says the worst have just passed them. I don't want to give where she lives, but she would live kind of in the Nancy community, but I don't want to give exactly where she lives. But says the worst is now past and moving into the eastern part of Pulaski County. All the county, pretty much except the extreme western part, is under that severe thunderstorm warning. And whether or not you get the wind or the hail, you can see on the radar, it's very, very likely, it's a given that you're going to have some very heavy rainfall. Flood watches are also in effect. Keith?
Yeah, when I was out this morning, I was able to get my yard mowed and weed eated, and the ground was very saturated, from the previous rainfall that we've had, over here in the last week. And this is just additional rain that's come into this area that's why they've issued this flash flood watch, because we're getting quite a bit of rainfall out of this. And I'm going to take a look back to the west here, Daniel. I'm going to put it back off velocity and put it on reflectivity. As far as the activity out in the west right now, in western Kentucky, we just have a flash flood warning out around for the Hopkinsville area right now. Nothing severe in that area from that second system that's going to come through here after a while. The only thing that I see a severe thunderstorm warning is for in the just below the Kentucky-Tennessee border around the Clarksville area. They have a severe thunderstorm warning for there, but other than that, we just got a flash flood warning for the Hopkinsville area right now. Just a lot of heavy rain.
And that would include areas around Cadiz, Hopkinsville. That was kind of ground zero on one of the biggest events I've ever seen. I guess the second biggest event was the August of 2017. We're not going to talk about this. This is severe weather, but Hopkinsville will always be memorable to me for the great solar eclipse. And then April the 8th, I ventured up to Greenfield, Indiana for the solar eclipse there. And whenever the event up there was much, much greater than what it was in Hopkinsville back in 2017. Keith, we're still watching these storms over in eastern Kentucky coming out of Pulaski County. It's obvious that those folks are getting pounded by heavy rainfall. Look at the radar. Just absolutely amazing at the heavy rain that is occurring. And not only does the Weather Service out of Jackson detect that, but the Doppler radar here in Jamestown, Climavision, is also indicating that line of rainfall and storms as they move through. Keith?
It's just amazing if you sit here and look at the radar of these, this line extends all the way down to Huntsville, Tennessee, and it goes all the way up to and curves back on the west side of Cincinnati. It's just unbelievable how many multiple severe thunderstorm warnings associated with this. In this, all the way from one state, Tennessee, and goes all the way up into Cincinnati.
Well, it's also Ohio and even the western central part of Indiana have warnings, and all of those hatch marks that are flashing, that is a special weather statement. So I want to send a shout out to my cousin up in Greenfield, Indiana. Likely to have severe weather moving there. We're not going to the radar there, but then if you're in Connersville, Indiana, over through Lebanon, Ohio, down through Cincinnati under a storm warning, Dry Ridge, Maysville, that's along the I-64 corridor. And you can tell that especially that storm between Dry Ridge down to Somerset. One of the things that we look for during severe weather is those bowing segments, and that is indicative of severe weather, damaging wind. Anytime you have a bowing segment, it looks like an Indian bow and arrow. When you see that, that is a real good sign that you have severe weather and strong thunderstorm winds that are moving through. That those storms up in that area have a history of potential wind gusts of up to 60 miles per hour. So if you are in that area of central Kentucky, you need to be seeking shelter. Keith, the storms are continuing to impact Pulaski County, and then down through McRae County, Pine Knot, and Whitley City as well.
Yeah, I know. Earlier, they had a severe thunderstorm warning. You was discussing earlier about the enlargement of the polygon. You know how big it was. It's where it extended down from about Marion County all the way up into Louisville. That was pretty significant to see something like that. And then at one time, they had the National Weather Service had issued where they said it had 80-mile-an-hour wind gusts could be associated with that storm. That's pretty substantial.
We've been following that on National Weather Service chat. The meteorologist John Gordon made reference to that earlier as those storms move through. And I'm just monitoring the weather here, and my pastor, Brother Carter Stewart, over in Bronston, Kentucky, says he made it home safe, and we're thankful for that. Wasn't able to make it out to Royville Church this morning. It was just, between the work with the Storm Alert Center, we also have the Adair Weather Command over with the Breeding Fire Department, and we're here taking care of business, and I think that we just do what we have to do.
They continue to have that flash flood warning. I'm looking at the thunderstorms and the heavy rain out west. There's still no severe weather active in that system that's getting ready to come through here after a while. There's nothing but a flash flood warning around the Hopkinsville, Fort Campbell area is all we have right now with that system.
And I don't have any reports of flooding or anything in the Lake Cumberland area, and that is really surprising. We picked up 0.4 of an inch within probably a half hour or so here in the Weather Center, and statewide storm warnings continue to be issued from west to east, and this is a squall line of storms that are expected to move through later on this afternoon for that area. And if we look at, I'm going to let this play, and I'm going to bring up some of our models, and if we have some information on storm tracking for later today. Now, this will be, again, later today, or tonight, rather, as the storms move through. The absolute latest information that we have puts the storms entering our area around 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. Just kind of be heads up. Now, don't pencil that in and say that is going to be an exact truthful number, because that's not going to be the case. Those storms, even some of the models, absolutely blew it as far as when that they would arrive, and the timing was not as good as what it could be. So we're still in the risk of severe weather through the remaining part of the day, mainly later tonight. Keith?
I'm taking a look at the Kentucky Mesonet website right now, and I'm looking at the temperatures around the state as of right now. As this system has moved through, the temperatures from here to back to the west are from about 65 to 64 degrees. If you go ahead of this squall line, the temperatures right now are from 76 to 82 degrees out into the eastern Kentucky, the eastern part of the state right now. So the dew point right now here in Russell County is at 63.9. So it's come down somewhat. I know when I left the house there earlier before the storm come through, the dew point was at 72 degrees.
And it seemed to just kind of catch your breath. I was out just a little bit before all the storms hit. In fact, I will tell you, I left here, and about the time the storm warning was issued for Russell County, I mean, it was still back in a couple of counties away, and I thought, I'm going to go up there and grab a bite to eat and bring it back. And then I walked in, and then it went off, and they were real good getting my food to me. So whenever Keith Richardson is here talking about this and things, I'm sitting over here eating a cold fish sandwich. Mother Nature will get the fries because they're not worth anything. Now, they would have been good, but not right now. They're cold. Severe thunderstorm warning does continue for Pulaski County, and I think we have about another 15 minutes or so for that. The severe thunderstorm warning until 1:45, so we have about another 16 minutes or so as the storms make their way through that area. Again, the future radar indicates that once this line moves out of the area, we will see another line of storms that's expected to move through later tonight. The beginning, I guess, of all of this would be around 9 p.m. this evening across the northern part of the state, northwestern part of the state, southern Indiana, southern Missouri. The storms will continue to move across the region, entering into the Hopkinsville, Mayfield, Dawson Springs, Graves, Callaway County area by 10 p.m. Central Time. Then we'll see strong storms impacting Bowling Green around 11. And then after that, 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning or so, we can expect to see them in the central part of the state, as well as south central as well. So keep that in mind. Make sure, and Keith, we talk about being prepared, and I do want to just mention real quickly about the storms as they're moving through Pulaski County. I don't want to short those folks. Wayne County is clear, but like if you are on Highway 80 or Highway 1675, there between Akron and Mount Victory, that's where the strongest part of the storm is now. Heavy rainfall definitely is going on there. That will continue for the next 15 minutes or so. So, Keith, an active weather morning, active weather afternoon. I don't know how long I've been live, but
I think you've been on for probably about an hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
Yeah,
it seems like 3, but we're pulling it all together, and I was able to. I don't know whether you heard me mention you and Abby and what you've done for the Weather Service, or the Storm Alert Weather Center. Did you hear what I said?
No, I didn't get. All
right, anything. So you missed a word. I complimented both you and Abby Jasper for your dedicated service to the Storm Alert Center, for what all you do. Anything you do to help, you're always there, and I appreciate that, and the people do, and because this is a service that I began a long time ago, is trying to gain knowledge to help people during severe weather. I've been on 2 radio stations, was on CNN Live, not live weather coverage, but because of weather, I was on live with Frederica Whitfield several years ago, CNN Live, and then was on live with Brad James at WTVQ for severe weather coverage. I was at the Wave radio station, and a funnel cloud came over the station, headed toward Casey County, and my phone rang. It was Brad James, and he said, "How you doing?" I said, "I'm doing fine. A funnel cloud just went across over the station, headed to Casey." He says, "Stand by, and you'll be going on live with me on their weather coverage." So at that time, they had the Rainbow radar. Do you remember that from WKYT?
I do.
Or no, maybe that was after. That would have been after the fact, because Brad was with, I think, KYT, and then he went to TVQ. But I was on TVQ in Lexington with Brad James doing weather. He asked me what I saw, and we talked about severe weather there in in that area.
We do got a report. I'm sorry to interrupt you there, Daniel. We got a report from Natalie Perrin that there's multiple large trees down in Albany and lots of storm damage in the Albany area.
All right, we're having a report in Pulaski County. Abby Jasper is reporting a lot of trees down in Pulaski and a lot of power outages being reported in Pulaski County. Keith?
I did read earlier in one of the severe thunderstorm warnings that there could be some power outages and trees down with this system as it moves through. I do remember seeing that earlier. We got somebody that's watching us from Florida. Maretta Garner is watching us from Florida right now.
Maretta is a good friend of mine, and I want to take this opportunity to just send a big shout out to Maretta and what family members are down there in Florida. I think, I forgot what I was going to say. I think they are vacationing down there. I want to say a big hi to Maretta, and I want to say a big hi to a little girl down there that means the world to me, and her name is Stella Kate. And I want to say a special hi from Kentucky to the great state of Florida, and to say hi to Maretta, Stella Kate, Kyle, and all the group that's there. I'm going to get whipped if I don't say them all that's down there. I think it's David and Krista and Lexi and Jamie and Kyle and Maretta and Stella Kate. So I want to say hi to you guys, and thank you so much for listening and for following us. Weather coverage does include power outages across the region. Have some numbers coming in to show you how much of an impact this storm has been. 403 people are without power in Cumberland, 2,600 in Clinton County. We have 591 without electricity in Russell County, 990 in Wayne, almost 2,000 in Pulaski County, Lincoln County reporting 1,100, and 637 reported over in McCree County. So it's 1234. The impact of the storms earlier. We're not going to read off every county, but we're going to give you some numbers. Over in Trigg County, total of 674 people, and 8,108 are without electricity. 3,000 without in Caldwell County. Hopkins County reporting 5,000 out. Todd County 3,850, Callaway 8,700, and over in Fulton County, a total of almost 700 people. A little farther north into of our coverage area, Washington County reporting just over 2,000, Marion County 834 in Anderson, and Mercer 2,000 and 1,000 respectfully. So, I mean, this thing has put down quite a punch as the storms have moved through. Keith?
No, we've got a little bit of a gap. We've got some heavy rain that's now exiting out of Adair County. It's moving off to the east, and then we've got a little bit of a gap in between these systems here right now. I got our next one that's coming in. Still a lot of thunderstorms with this next round coming in right now. We still got a flash flood warning out in the Hopkinsville and Fort Campbell area, but we have no severe thunderstorm warnings out at this time for that second system coming in.
All right. Very heavy rainfall and a lot of wind damage being reported across the area. We're still in the severe thunderstorm warning for Pulaski. We're going to be here throughout the afternoon and evening. Probably this will wrap up our coverage here in about 10 minutes or so. We're not going to slack anybody. but the warning there for Central Pulaski and Laurel will be in effect until 1:45. That's about another 10 minutes away, and we'll stay here with that. It appears that the strongest part of that storm right now is over Highway 80, just to the east of the Shopville community, and Highway 1675 down through the Mount Victory community of eastern Pulaski County, and moving out of our coverage area as we speak. And Keith, we may be in for a long night if things continue to develop and hold together as we're seeing it.
Well, I mean, we'll be here, to cover. There's no question of that. We'll be here to cover anything that's going on. Melissa McChrystal says, Western Pulaski, we fared well. I said a friend of hers in Nancy had a tree down, and my daughter in Cecilia had some damage also. That would be in the Pulaski County area there, Daniel.
Well, I think we have Abby's husband works for the road department up in Pulaski County, and I think he is giving her some information. We appreciate that absolutely so much, because it is important that we get the word out to everyone. You can see the storm again as it's moving out of Pulaski County into Laurel County, London area, and within a couple of radar scans, which would put it pretty close to 1245 or 145 rather, you'll see the strongest part of that storm will have moved out of the area. Keith?
Yeah, I continue to watch out to the west, this next system, and it's still no severe weather out of that. Just a lot of heavy rain and thunderstorms is involved with this right now. We're just going to have a little break for just a little bit, and then the next round will be coming in here with probably the next hour, more than likely. But it's just the first system that come through, there's just multiple severe thunderstorm warnings as it travels off to the east, all the way up from Lafayette, Tennessee, all the way up into going up the western part of Ohio. So it's pretty amazing to see that's going on there.
Yeah, you can see that that line of storms that's moved into the western part of Indiana, the eastern part of Ohio, including the Cincinnati metro, and then it really gets to punch from Cincinnati all the way down the I-75 corridor, which that is the general area of where it's currently located. And those storms have really created a lot of problems in that region.
Brittany Jones is saying where she lives is in the Mount Victory community, it's starting to calm down in her area.
All right. Thank you, Brittany. I appreciate that. We appreciate all the responses and the messages that people send to us from everywhere. We have, I don't know, Keith, if you had heard this, if you heard me mention this or not, but somewhere around 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock this morning, I picked up the 40,000 person who either like or follow our page.
That's great.
40,000 people.
That's great.
And we appreciate everybody for tuning in and all of the support and the dedication that people have for us across the area. And we're about, we're about 4 minutes away from that storm warning being allowed to expire over in Pulaski County. That will be moving into Laurel County. And we're glad that those storms are starting to move out. We're going to do another real quick look at the future radar. Well, let me talk about some damage across the area. We've had reports of trees down around the Woolleyville Road and the North Calvary Road over in east-northeast Taylor County. That's coming in from the emergency management, Ron Dooley. And some other ominous-looking clouds have some trees over on homes. That is in Taylor County, Charleston, Indiana, reporting trees down. And one of the things, of course, we're not going to rule anything. We're not saying what it is or what it wasn't, but it's very likely that most of this would be straight line wind damage. I haven't seen any signature per se that would be tornadic, at least around here. But most of this is going to obviously be probably straight line wind damage. Of course, the Weather Service will tell all of that, but that's the way it looks right now. Keith?
We still back to the west, that second system coming in. It's still nothing severe in the state of Kentucky on that side of that storm right now for that storm. There's nothing, just a bit of flash flood warning also with that. Now they've extended the severe thunderstorm warning down below Franklin, Kentucky, around the Clarksville area. They've extended that severe thunderstorm warning out up almost to Walnut Grove in Tennessee. But other than that, this second system, there's nothing severe with it as of yet.
All right, we're going to hang loose here for just another minute or so while we wait for that storm warning to expire. Again, our primary coverage area is Russell and surrounding counties. And Keith, you know as well as I do, whenever we put, when you put out a little, like 7 or 8 counties, that's a lot of work keeping up with everything. And
it is. You got to.
And after, like we mentioned earlier, this is when the tornado event went through in December of 21. A generational tornado event killed several people, killed a lady in Taylor County. A horrible situation. We were on the air for 4 hours and 7 minutes. 4 hours and 7 minutes. So we have a lot of power outages across the state, and especially in western Kentucky. There's 8,000 without power in Graves, Caldwell with 3,000, 8,000 without in Trigg, 3,000 in Todd, 5,000 in Logan, and as we get a little bit closer to home, Bullock County, big county without power, they serve 40,000, 11,850 without power. Washington County, 2,050.
Daniel, I'm going to interrupt you here right now. We've got a tornado warning that has been issued for the Corbin area.
All right, so tornado warning there for Whitley County. That would be the north central part of Knox County in southeastern Kentucky and southeastern Laurel County. If you're listening, again, a tornado warning in effect for southeastern Laurel County, Knox County, and north central Whitley County. That is in effect until 2:15 p.m. Central Time this Sunday evening.
If you're in the Corbin area, you need to take shelter now. That is where I'm seeing on velocity where this radar indicated tornadic activity could be. Right around the Corbin. So if you're in the Corbin area, you need to take shelter now. Be in your safe place.
Yeah, we can see that on. It's right over the circulation. It's right over the top of Corbin, top of the city of Corbin. So if you're in the path of that storm, you should be seeking shelter immediately. Again, that is in Whitley County, over in the Corbin community of of east central Kentucky. All right, so it's 12:46. The storm warning for Pulaski County has ended. We have storm warnings in effect for areas from Lafayette, Tennessee, all the way, or Lafayette, Tennessee, all the way up through Jellicoe, Williamsburg, Corbin, London, Mount Vernon, Berea, everything up to the north, right along the 75 corridor, is under severe thunderstorm warning. But our primary coverage is Russell and Adair County, so we're going to end their coverage now, and if anything develops later on, late tonight, into the early morning hours on Monday, we will be here to keep you informed with the latest in weather information. Again, we want to say thank you all so much for tuning in to the Storm Alert Center and for your continued support and confidence in our weather coverage. We're the Weather Authority in South Central Kentucky. Thank you all for joining us, and we'll be back probably in the late night hours or early morning hours on Monday with the second round of severe weather that's expected to move. On behalf of Abby Jasper, the storm anchor, Keith Richardson, we want to say thank you all so much for joining us. Have a safe and pleasant afternoon and evening.